Hey guys, welcome back once again. For those of you that are new here, my name is Evie and welcome. We are coming back into a little bit more Planet Zoo. I know. I love this game and we've had so many babies recently and they're just so flippin' cute. Like, look at it. What kind of noise is that? Ugh. Ugh, what a cutie patootie. But with that being said, we're gonna move on and make our next enclosure. Find our next critter. We'll see what we want. I did zhoosh up ever so slightly around the aardvark area and just fixed a couple of little things that changed when I did a little bit of rearranging. So people are coming all the way over here to view the little aardvarks. I think they seem to be enjoying it. They are donating a fair bit, so I'm pretty happy with that. I also just made this little toilet hut. Somewhere to sit, somewhere to poop, the huge. As well as, of course, there is this side of the enclosure. Now, I did just whip together that little area there. I'm not happy with that. I will go ahead and change a lot of the kind of work zones. When I redesign it, I want to be able to create just a straight up building that kind of hides everything in its insides. I want to create like a nice shell that can hold all of the goodies, all of the work zones, all of the keeper huts, all of that jazz, and hide it inside so I can then just place them around the zoo. And it's hidden and it doesn't just look like that. It looks like it should be a nice cohesive zoo. But that's not what we're doing today. We're going to get another animal because I feel like we haven't actually bought another animal in a hot minute. So let's see what we've got. Animal trading. Let's pause. That's always a good start. We've got 1,500 conservation credits. Now, I could do a really nice Timberwolf enclosure. That's always really fun. Although you do usually just want kind of like one male because they're the alpha and a lot of females. What else could we have? Ooh, we do have some snow leopards. Also some saltwater crocodiles though. I could do a nice underwater enclosure for that. Let's do a saltwater croc. Let's do it. You've talked me into it. Let's get a really good one. And then what have we got here? Okay, that fertility stays the same. So I think I'm probably more likely going to get the... Ooh, that's 10 years older though. How long do they live for? 72 years. So that one would still have like another 30 years on top of it. Ah, screw it. Let's get the one that's got a better stuff and things going for it. But where do we want this enclosure though? Let's put the crocodile over this side. Let's just do it. Let's have them maybe even over here. I feel like that could be a fun place for them. Let's send them to quarantine there if that is going to be the case, and let's get building. Let's do it. So I feel like I could have a viewing area here and a viewing area here of it and make it a relatively narrow one. So I feel like what could be fun is if I manipulate the terrain ever so slightly, try and build it up and around and see what we can do. Now I feel like if that's the case, I might want to get rid of these trees. I kind of just threw those trees in there because I had some stuff and things poking out the back that I just didn't want to fix and I didn't want you guys to see it. So please don't judge me. Let's chuck in the first barrier, which I think I want a nice, big old beautiful, straight up glass. Can I have glass or not? Do I have to have something else? Let's check. Grade 2, 1 meter. I think that should be okay then. The glass should be fine. Sometimes designing in this game, you have to go forwards, go backwards, go forwards, go backwards, and then a couple more times do that again and again. So you just have to see where the people's kind of height is going to, because that's where you want the water levels to be. Okay, so if that's the case, their heads kind of come just above the halfway mark. So let's see how long it's going to take me to do this. But we'll give it a go together. We'll see how we go. Let's pull it up. Okay, let's chuck up the rest of the barrier. I feel like maybe we'll go just wooden logs. We'll keep it in that theme. Actually, I feel like I want a little bit more land space over the back here. I feel like it's not quite deep enough and it's dark now, so we cannot see. Okay, now that I look at it, that does not look big enough at all, but we'll see how we go. The water might be enough, and then I'll be able to just change the actual terrain afterwards. Kind of looks like the right height. That's clearly not. I feel like that could nearly be the perfect height for them. Might be a little bit high. But trying to tweak that can be an absolute nightmare sometimes. Okay, so I've just made it ever so slightly wider. Hopefully that is good enough. And that's got 200 water area and 500 land area. Actually, let me check that. I feel like we might need more. 200 and 200. We might just be okay there. We'll have to see. If I get them in there and it's not 100% okay, I will have to tweak that ever so slightly. Okay, let's chuck them into their enclosure and we'll see how it goes. If I have to tweak it, I have to tweak it. I will. I'm happy to do that. That's no problem. Okay, look at that big chunky boy. Let's see him. The keeper can't seem to get out. You dinosaur beast of a thing. What a lean, mean crocodile fucking machine that is. Okay, let's pause that though because we need to get terrain. Doesn't like much long grass. We need to get rid of that. I can give it some more short grass. It needs some soil and some rocks. So that should be a nice, easy, just little fix. Let's get rid of all that. Okay, now I know that the water terrain doesn't affect it at all, but let's chuck in some rough rock bottom. Short grass now, but that should be fine. Okay, it does need some more rock still. Now I should be able to chuck that soil on, and it should be okay. Now I've got rid of too much rock. Sometimes it's just a fine balance. They're about to throw the other one in, so I'll see if they've still got enough space. No, so they're going to need more water space if there's going to be 2 of them in there, which is frustrating. So let me fix that off camera and I will come back to you in just a moment. Okay, I am back ready to do the rest of this. I did just take a quick break. My partner came home and surprised me with a cheeseburger. It was some of the sweetest words that have ever been spoken to me. Just held up the bag and said, surprise cheeseburger. I mean, I don't know if I can carry on now. This just made my day and it was delicious. Okay, let's finish off this bad boy. I did make a fair few changes that I haven't shown you guys, but I made it a fair bit larger. I've also put up this little viewing deck up here, which I think I might nearly even try and build from as well. Make a nice kind of housing enclosure so it's not just an empty walkway and such. I am going to also try and barricade this up somehow. I just don't know how I feel about that. So we'll just leave that for a minute and we'll see how we go. Okay, let's see if the terrain and everything is okay for this again. No, it's not. It's got too much long grass. I'm guessing that'll all be over here where I've just done more stuff. It needs more soil and more rock, which easy fix. So let's get onto that straight away. Okay, and that should be fine as long as I don't do anything too drastic. That should all be okay. So let's go environment. They really don't seem to want much. Like, they don't want much coverage. They don't care. They're happy just like that, but that is so boring. So I'm afraid that it's going to be really limited with what I can do, but let's chuck it in. What we've got Asia and Oceania, as well as the biome, which is aquatic and tropical. Look out. They don't need any hard shelter unless that's technically classed as hard shelter, but I'd find that very unlikely. So let's go around and add some stuff and things. Okay, let's just see how much coverage that is taken up. That's taken up like half of the coverage. Those tiny amounts of reeds. This is ridiculous. Okay. Can I throw in it? Like, I feel like a mangrove tree is just going to be like exorbitant, I believe is like expensive and over the top, and absorbent I don't think is a word. I'd love to put that in there, but I can assure you right now that that's going to be like, no, not allowed. See, far too much coverage. That is redunculous. Okay, so I've got 2 things unlocked for that, but let's just think of, so the people down there aren't going to be able to see any of this stuff, but the people up here will be able to see this. The prey-scented sack I think would be good over there. I just need to build up something over the back there, maybe some more rocks. And they love a rubbing pad, so let's change the color of that to maybe some reds. Reds and browns, maybe that might look a little bit nicer. Okay, I also need to chuck in a large feeding tray, which can go in the middle. And the water should be fine. Actually, let's check. Is it in the... Does that just hit it? It does, so that is 100% fine, which is very, very exciting because sometimes it just misses by like the most minute amount and it's infuriating. Okay, I feel like something like that might be able to work. I mean, I feel weird having the mossy rocks up there and not near the water, but let's chuck this bad boy back a smidge. I feel like that maybe, if anything, just rotate it like that way. I'm at like the absolute border of what I can put. I know that if I get their happiness and everything else up, I can go with a little bit over with the coverage and it doesn't matter too much. Now a little sneaky to getting the enclosures to look full but not actually be filled up with too much coverage, you can of course chuck some of the other trees out and about over the back. And although it does technically hang over ever so slightly, I should nearly be able to spin it in a way where there's barely any overhang. That can't possibly count, so I swear to God, Crocodile, if you are still doing this to me... No, that's fine, okay. So I can put some stuff and things around the back. Okay, like, that looks ever so slightly nicer, even though, really, let's get rid of that for one. There is no more actual trees added to the coverage of their enclosure. Okay, so let's see, shall we? Are they happy? Oh, I don't have any donation bins. Well, that's not going to end well for my pockets now, is it? So let's try and see what I can build, shall we? I mean, this could be an absolute shit show, and it could just be terrible. But I am going to do a speed build of some kind of other building over here. I love that they're both sitting away, all the way over the far side. Just great, thank you. My Pagolan's about to die of old age. Oh, I don't like that. The vets cry whenever they pick up a dead animal. Ugh, that makes my heart break. Okay, but let me do a quick kind of speed run? No, speed build of whatever contraption I'm going to end up putting up there. It will be able to see into the tiger enclosure and into the saltwater crocodile enclosure, so I'll have to see what I can come up with. So I will pass you over to voiceover Evie, and I will see you afterwards. Okay, so now begins the build of not a very good building, I'm not gonna lie. I still just really struggle with the building aspect of this game. Obviously practice makes perfect, and I just haven't had much practice in this at all. I'm slowly getting the hang of how to copy and paste and stuff like that, but it is the actual kind of building together and the roofs. I just really struggle with the roofs in these games. I don't know, I just haven't quite found the trick to making them look realistic and nice. Maybe I'm just using the wrong pieces. I will have to have a play around with something that isn't the log pieces, because I feel like that's mainly what I've built with, and I find that I do struggle with it ever so slightly. But I'm just going ahead and adding some nice chairs, a little bit of greenery. It's pretty much just a walkway, this building. It's not trying to be anything else other than that, and I just like it to be kind of an enclosed walkway. So I'm happy with that. I like the glass that I've got, keeping it nice and open and still very connected to the outside world. Like, it doesn't feel like it is a building necessarily. But you've got two nice viewing ways here, so you can see the Bengal tigers on one side and the crocodiles on the other. I haven't connected the other end, so if people really wanted to, they could just walk straight off that edge and potentially fall to their death, and that's not my problem, okay? I will add something there next episode, though. I'm still not sure what I want yet, though. But yes, I just connect the roof. I add some little details, some lights, like I put logs against all the edges and stuff, trying to make it look a little bit finished, but I'm not 100% happy with it yet. I think I need to add little knickknacks, bits and bobs, maybe jut out some walls, add something, okay? But no, that's pretty much it. I add a bit of a sign. I couldn't for the life of me find a crocodile sign, so I had to go with an alligator sign, and I'm not happy with it. So Planet Zoo, why isn't there a crocodile sign? Okay, so this is the finished enclosure for the moment. I feel like the buildings I will have to come back to at a later date, just to kind of add little trinkets, bits and bobs into, because I do not have everything fully unlocked at the moment. But I struggle with the roofs more than anything else, so just please don't judge it too harshly. Things just weren't lining up properly for me. It's probably as well using the logs isn't the best option because they do show when they're not perfectly aligned. But this is the little croc enclosure, so you can go up to the viewing platform above, you can watch the crocs from there, as well as the Bengal tigers, as well as you can watch them in the water from down below. So I will take you up into this little enclosure ever so slightly. I mean, those people are standing in the walls, which isn't ideal, but you've got a nice little bit of seating areas, some bins, some information. I don't actually have power to that half of it yet, but we'll worry about that on a later date. But this is just a little bit of a view of the Bengal tigers that you wouldn't have actually been able to have from down below, so I do think that that will be a nice spot for the people to kind of check them out. As well as the crocs, who do seem to have a substantial amount of people just chilling here, ready to watch the crocs. I actually really do quite like. I mean, they could have seen the Bengal tiger's enclosure from up here, but alas, nobody was really using that area, which was a little bit of a bummer, so I might even tweak that and just turn that more into a waterfall situation. I'm not too concerned about it. They seem to be really enjoying this area here, which I am happy about. I'm not sure what I want to bring over this side, down and round into. Actually, have we got any transport rides? We've got a monorail. I mean, we could technically chuck a little monorail around the park. I just like how peaceful they are. I say that, but they're like dangerous fucking animals. But look, they're just chilling. They're in no rush to go anywhere. Actually, how many can they have? Okay, just 1 to 1. That's fine. They like to just be together. That's totally okay. Oh, there's lots more people down here now, which makes me very happy. We are almost hitting the 1500 mark for guests in the zoo as well, so we are off and racing. Let's have a look at my money, because I feel like this might be... Total profit for the year was like 8 grand. I spent 11,000 on just buying stuff, so if I stop buying stuff for a little bit... So I've had no refunds, which is nice. Staff wages are pretty high up there, eh? Maybe I want to go to Chief Beef and whatnot, where are the little vending places, and I can actually up the prices. So everything can go up $1. So they have more than just balloons here at the moment. They have adoption packs as well, which I'm not sure. I could technically get rid of the balloons and just do like an adoption center. That'd actually be pretty cool. Okay, so I think that is definitely it for today's episode. I hope you guys did enjoy the little saltwater croc. Thought it was drowning for a second. I think it's okay. Saltwater croc exhibit that I did make. Habitat. What's the correct term? I'm not 100% sure. But I hope you guys did enjoy this video as much as I did making it for you. If you guys would like to see more in this series, please don't forget to let me know down below, as well as give this video a thumbs up so I do know that you guys are enjoying it. Don't forget to subscribe so you do not miss out when I upload next, and I'll see you next time.